Hare Krishna, everyone. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today we'll be covering the last chapter from this book, The Living Name, Sankalpa, Transform Your Chanting. So here Prabhupada is, Sachidananda Swami is talking about the foundation. For everything we need to have a stronger foundation. So then only, it can withstand any winds or any obstacles comes in the life. So for our spiritual practice, chanting is our fundamental part of life. And in this dull material world, there are only two living entities. One is the individual soul, another one is the holy name. So our task is to meet those two make those two meet. So the dull matters are living individual soul and holy name. And then here it talks about the bow and arrow example. And what is our bow? Mantra is the bow. It talks about Mukund Mandaka Upanishad that Om is the bow, the self is the arrow, supreme person is the target. So a sober person should make himself like an arrow. And it also quotes about the nice verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, talks about when someone is purified, he gives up his bodily conception of life, and then he takes arrow of his purified life with the help of the bow, the transcendental chanting of Pranava or Hare Krishna. He throws himself toward the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So by dint of performing this heroic activity of devotional service, one receives the benefit of returning home back to Godhead. And it also talk about when we chant the holy name japa or kirtana, well, we wish to experience the divine relationship with Krishna and Radha. So that's why we just need to learn how to chant properly so that we can reach the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna with our bow of mantra. And the three main practices talks about taking an aim, make an effort, and letting go. So take aim is like seeing your purpose in your mind's eye. So what is the aim for this? What is the Yuga Dharma of this age is the holy name is the Yuga Dharma. So that is how we need to set our aim as our goal, and is to uh, chant the holy name. And next one is the making an effort. So put every ounce of our energy into it. So Prabhupada talks about what is the best way of chanting for attentive chanting is you have to chant and hear. You have to chant with your tongue and hear the sound, that's all. And just try to listen yourself chant sincerely. So by sincere endeavor, we show Krishna that we are eager to receive his mercy. So then let go. So surrender. Try out your best, and the rest is up to Krishna. So as Bhakti Vinod Thakur reiterates, "O Lord, your mercy makes everything easy. Therefore, I approach you, and with heartfelt words, I beg for your mercy." So first thing is the take aim of Yuga Dharma, holy name. Then second thing is make an effort, chant attentively, hear properly. And the third one is we surrender and leave everything results to the Krishna. And that doesn't stop for a one day event or 1 month event. So we keep trying again and again, every day, every minute, or every month, until we reach the stage, we can only think of Krishna, nothing else. So each mantra offers as a new opportunity. We have to give our best, and each mantra can bring the perfection of spiritual life. So meeting Supreme Lord and His divine energy, Srimati Radharani. So if you chant patiently, the holy name will reveal ultimate mystery and secret, that the names are absolutely identical with divine couple Radha and Krishna. And here Maharaj talks about how Srila Prabhupada went to a deep eternal ecstasy one time, and what are the feelings he had, and it took some time for him to come back to normal. So when Prabhupada was asked about many questions, Prabhupada answer was, the best thing if you chant Hare Krishna and go to Krishna Loka, find out answers to all these questions yourself. So the chanting will reveal everything. that needs to be known in due course. It will grant the faithful chanter the mature fruit of chanting love. The Lord and everything about him can only be known and experienced by love. So we may have a lot of questions, a lot of things. What can we see when we can get there? But as more and more we chant with purity, the Lord reveal Himself. One get the taste, and that way one can realize some of these things cannot be explainable, or one has to experience on their own. And there is analogy about the how the beggar found a priceless jewel in the forest. He found, say, mushrooms, then a pile of iron pieces, then he got the pile of silver, and then he found the pile of shining jewels, and then it must be a famous touchstone. I think that's what he realized. So it goes on. So like that, um, as many ways, like beggar, we stumble upon unexpected treasures. But for us, the main jewel, Chintamani, wish fulfilling jewel, is the Lord's holy name. That is the only, uh, wish fulfilling jewel for us, and that's what brings our relationship with Krishna. And and as it describes, that most precious of all treasure in Lord Krishna's treasure house. And uh, and uh, it says that Lord Krishna himself gives his real assurance that he personally comes to the place where his devotees chant his holy names. So that is guaranteed, and it was told in multiple places in Bhagavad Gita and even Srimad Bhagavatam. And and it talks about how do we make it change our habits, bad habits. If we don't recognize our unfavorable habits and consciously works at changing them, we are no freer than a prisoner who venture out of his cell at certain times of the day, but always forced to return again. So, and talks about get inspiration, talks about the how Azamila, has changed his habit, and at the end of his life, he chanted the name of Narayana, and that is the proof that it is possible to change our old habits. So, and it also gives a hint, tip that we can learn a lot of, we can know a lot of information, we can learn a lot of things, but unless we put into practice, it doesn't go anywhere. We stand in the same place. So we always have to regularly practice our new habit which we set, and result in a enriched spiritual life. And the last part of this chapter is about how do we attain one's purpose with sankalpa. Sankalpa is the intention, what we form in our heart and mind to improve the spiritual practices with determination. So these are the few questions we can ask: in which way do I want to improve my chanting? What would my practice be like if we don't do anything about this? What steps we need to take? What do I seek to gain from working on this goal? So Sankalpa derives the strength from the blessings and empowerment of the Lord. A verse from Srimad Bhagavatam describes the efficacy of the Sankalpa. A person who has faith in me and who absorbs his mind in me, the fulfiller of all the desires, will achieve his desired object, Sankalpa, by that means. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, chapter 15, and verse 26. So, Sri Krishna is the Satya Sankalpa. He whose desire, intention, purpose, or resolve always comes to pass. Similarly, the holy name, which is described as a Chintamani, can fulfill our desires. So now the next exercise part of this Sankalpa is one example given how we always have a Sankalpa to observe Ekadashi, or do small oaths every 2 weeks or something. So that's how we can also form a sankalpa to chant properly every day, and we can set a aim and look at how we can improve, what's our aim, and how do we put into the practice, meditating upon them and following them regularly. Um, so, so this says the practice of being mindful and intentional goes a long way in anything we wish to achieve. So in the Sankalpa exercise, so we need to take a moment to think clearly about what we wish our best chanting to be like, and reflect on the chanting at the present moment. Are you inspired by when you chant? Do you give a priority to your chanting? Does your chanting tend to be mechanical, or is it enlivened? And are these habits you want to give up, or new ones you want to adopt? So so we need to brainstorm a specific practical and feasible step one can take to advance in their journey to do a best japa. And Maharaj mentioned that it may be an aspect of yojana, practice to imbibe a mood of either sambandha, seva, vipralamba, or sharanagati. So Maharaj gave few his own example, but now we need to set our own sankalpa. You know, uh, we need to write down the sankalpa and execute our whatever sankalpa and practice we want. A fixed amount of time for a month or so, and set a realistic goals. And we need to make our proper arrangements and efforts to facilitate our new practice. And also it says that surround yourself with the right people who already have a similar goals, so that uh, we can also aspire together. It's like association is the key for our Krishna consciousness for everything we do. And even here, we have to associate with the right mind. And I think that's why we are here in the morning. We are learning and trying to chant together towards the goal of reaching the Krishna in this lifetime. So here for this chapter, inner resolve is I want to change. So in summary, we have 6 chapters in this book. First one is the chanting in yojana, and how do we align body, mind, and heart. And second chapter talks about how do we build a relationship with Krishna and have a sambandha, our last relationship, and how we revive our consciousness that we are part and parcel of Krishna. Then we can chanting in the seva, you know we have to serve Nama Prabhu in that service attitude. We can do a chanting. And then we talk about Vipralamba, how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanted in the mood of Vipralamba and all his associates. And we need to have a mind of a beggar, who go and uh, beg from the rich people. Like that, we need to beg Krishna's mercy through Guru and the senior devotees. So, and we have to chant in the mood of Vipralamba. Then how do we chant in Sharanagati? Surrendering is important part in the chanting and in our faith, and humility is the gateway to the surrender. And we would like to receive the gift of Premadana and taking shelter of Holy Dharma. Then today we talk about the Sankalpa, how we set aim, making an effort, and surrender to the Krishna to give us the best results. And with that, we can conclude this, the living name by Sachinandan Swami Maharaj. Hope we are benefited with this, and we still need to practice, and whatever we remember, we need to put into the use. Hopefully, in the future, we will come back to this book again and read together again. So, with that, we can conclude today, and tomorrow we'll be starting the new book, the Nectarian Ocean of Holy Name. We'll post you the details in the chat already. We gave the book reference. With that, we can go to the next step.